Yes, guys, welcome back to Cossy's Arsenal podcast. My name is Cossy, back with another live stream. And we're going to speak a couple of things, a couple of breaking deals. Arsenal are interested in Marcus Sabitzer. That one is confirmed. Arsenal are interested in signing Marcus Sabitzer. And we have actually been cleared to sign him by the parent club for just less than £20 million. His contract is a little bit running down, so that's the reason as why Arsenal could actually get him at a very, very small fee. So there is no science about that. It's all about his contract. The rest, I think Sabitzer is a very, very good player. We are also going to speak about Nabil Fekir, because apparently Arsenal are holding informal talks with Nabil Fekir to bring him in as the creative player this summer. So you're going to speak about Nabil Fekir and try to see what does Nabil Fekir really have that other players do not have, what I like about him and what I do not like about him, but basically what could be so good about that deal and what could be and what could go so wrong about that deal. Of course, we have Sabitzer, we have Nabil Fekir, we have Saliba as well. We're going to speak about William Saliba. We're going to speak about Matteo Guendouzi as well. And then we shall speak about Manuel Locatelli because it looks like Juventus is trying to fail. They're failing to meet the demands of Sassuolo. And they're also failing to meet the demands, the high standards that Arsenal have set on this transfer. So, it's a lot of news on the platform, but it is the Breaking Deals show. We shall have it always at 9 p.m. I'll have your comments and I'll have you guys, if you want to get in your voices and call in and tell me what you think. I'll also do that. We move at that pace. So let's get the party started. Please do smash a like on the video. If you like my content, if you like the channel, if you like Arsenal, if you want me to grow into a successful content creator, please do smash the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I've already seen a couple of people in the chat. That really means a lot. So make sure you always looked in the chat. Tell me what you think about all these stories in the chat. In the chat below, especially Marcus Sabitzer, Nabil Fekir, Guendouzi leaving the club for €12 million, and William Saliba. So I need to know your thoughts on that as well. And of course, please do subscribe to the channel. That is really, really massive. So please do subscribe if you're new. If you have not yet subscribed, you're just new, or you're not new to the channel, but you've not yet subscribed. It's a little bit. It's a little bit merciful of you. It's one way of rewarding me, by coming here and putting out the stories. If you want to reward me, you can only reward me in the best way possible by subscribing to the thing, and make sure that you hit the notification thing as well. So let's get the party started, guys. A lot of transfer to talk about this evening as we go into the England game. By the way, England, Saka's not started. Today at 10 p.m. England will be taking on Ukraine in the last quarterfinal of the Euros. But Bukayo Saka's not started. Instead, Southgate has gone with Jadon Sancho. For England, I think it's quite good. It's quite okay. I don't think there is a problem with that. So where do we start? Let us start off with Marcus Sabitzer, because that is a story that is leading at the moment. Now this is it. This is according to the Express. I wanted to read for you the Metro, but it looks like I have an ad blocker in my website, and it really can't give me the Metro. So let's read the Express, because they have also written the story in the same way. So they're saying Arsenal given green light to beat Tottenham to Marcus Sabitzer transfer. Right? I prefer to call him Sabitzer. And they're saying Arsenal and Tottenham are set to battle it out for the signing of RB Leipzig star Sabitzer. The Austria international has been linked with the Spurs move all the summer, but the Gunners could actually get crash the move. Arsenal have been given all clear to go and beat Tottenham to the signing of Marcus Sabitzer. It comes after months of speculation that the Austria international will make a move to Spurs. The North London club have been desperate to sign the midfielder who has been in fine form for RB Leipzig while also performing for his country. Austria qualified for the Euro 2020 group and were only knocked out after taking Italy after taking Italy to extra time in their round of 16 clash. Right. According to Build, the Gunners have been given the green light to sign Sabitzer, who could be available for a fee as low as 14.6 million pounds. He has just a year on his contract, and RB Leipzig must sell to avoid losing their main man for nothing. Sabitzer has been a fine servant of the Bundesliga outfit of the years, making 227 appearances where he has scored 52 goals and claimed 42 assists. Right, lads? Right. So Arsenal desperate for a midfield options going into the transfer window, and after several players leaving, Dani Ceballos and Martin Odegaard are returning to Real Madrid, and their loan spell after their loan spells at the end of the club. While many are expected to be sold, including Granit Xhaka, Lucas Torreira, Matteo Guendouzi, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles. Sabitzer would be a cheap option that could arrive and bring instant quality to the team, while Manuel Locatelli has also been strongly linked with a move to the Emirates Stadium. Thank you so much, the wonderful people at Express. That was a good read. That was a nice read, really. It was a nice read. So Arsenal have been, given green light to sign and beat Tottenham on Marcel Sabitzer. The first thing is, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on Arsenal signing, Marcel Sabitzer? That is the first thing I would want to know. First question. What are your thoughts on Arsenal going all out to sign Marcel Sabitzer? Now, if you look, if you ask me of my opinion on Sabitzer, it's a little bit vague. But I think honestly, he's a nice player. Very, very good player. But the fact that his transfer price is now less than 20 million pounds, because I think this 14.6 is going to be reported, as always and always. But I think it's either going to end in 15 or 16 or 17 million pounds. So it's one of the bargains of the summer. Tomorrow, if I get time, I'll compile the cheapest players Arsenal could sign with a lot of quality, and I also try to compile the most expensive Arsenal player that Arsenal have been linked to. But with what you want with Sabitzer and the deal is, it is a very cheap deal, very, very cheap, and is a player who is an instant upgrade to what we have. Because if you look at how RB Leipzig line up, Sabitzer is more of a player that gives them that ability, that fluidity in their midfield, and that is what Arsenal want. And of course, here, according to Transfer Market, you could use him as a central midfielder if you want, and you could also use him as an attacking right winger. So what I've seen about Marcel Sabitzer, he is more of a player. Of course, he doesn't want to be sitting in that central midfield role and tackling, and he doesn't have that. He doesn't have the interception rates. He doesn't have the tackling rates. But in terms of going forward, in terms of creating chances for your goal scorers, in terms of the team going forward and pressing and creating chances, he is your man. So if you have Marcel Sabitzer playing alongside Thomas Partey, I think that would make a lot of sense, because it's the same thing with having Nabil Fekir playing with Thomas Partey. It's the same thing with having a player like Houssem Aouar playing with Thomas Partey, because all of them do not give you that those extra qualities in interception and tackling. But Sabitzer is a little bit more of a strong player who could play in that in that right hand side of the midfield. He's just 27 years of age. If you sign him for 14.5 million pounds, and you want to sell him probably in the next 3 years when he's 30, probably you could sell him at around 30 million euros. So I think still has the resale value, on his name. And he's had a very, very nice tournament in the Euros 2020. So my honest opinion in Marcel Sabitzer is I would take him. Honestly, I would take him. He joined the club in 2014. And his current contract expires in 2022. So while Leipzig, Leipzig are finding themselves in this kind of condition, they want to keep their player, but they know they're not going to keep him. He's not going to sign a new contract, and next summer he's going to leave on a free, because anyone could tie him down on a gentleman's agreement in January. right? And that is the problem now. That is the big problem. So they don't want to lose the player on a free transfer in the next summer. What they have to do is to lower their demands so that they can actually get some, at least get however little it is from Marcel Sabitzer. But trust me, if Sabitzer had 3 years left on his contract, or 2 years left on his contract, RB Leipzig would be asking for in excess of 30 million euros. He's a very, very interesting young man. Very, very. He's not a young man. 27 years of age. You're not young, but he's very, very interesting. And if you look at the transfer market website and you look at his market value, this was around February 2021. Yeah, exactly. So around February 2021, his market value was 42 million euros. Right? He was valued at 42 million euros. This is more than Manuel Locatelli's valuation. This is more at the moment than Houssem Aouar's valuation, and this is more than Yavis Bissouma's valuation. So I've seen a couple of people say, yes, bring in Manchester Sabitzer. He's a bowler. He's a good player. He's gonna add, he's gonna create chances and blah 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 blah. Nice. Really nice. And I've seen a couple of people saying, Manchester Sabitzer, 14 million pounds, he's cheap, he's not good. The reason, and this is how transfers work, the reason Sabitzer is cheap is because he's running out of contract and they do not want to lose him on a free. It's as simple as that. It's not cheap because he's not good enough. No, he's just cheap because he's running down in his contract, and Leipzig will want to get some money out of him. So, what are your thoughts, people? On what are your thoughts? I'd love to get your thoughts on Marcel Sabitzer signing for Arsenal. Really, I would love to get your thoughts on Marcel Sabitzer signing for Arsenal. Please do smash the like button. It really means a lot. Smash the like button. We have 22 likes. Let us move them to 30. Let us get them to 30 at least. At the moment, let us get them to 30 likes. It will really, really, really mean a lot. So thank you so much. Let's get them to 30 likes. So with Marcel Sabitzer, like I said, there is not much in terms of contact and bids and former offers. There is not really much. All we can say and all we can confirm at the moment is Arsenal are interested, right? Arsenal are interested. They've been given a green light to sign the player for less than 15 million pounds. He's a massive upgrade to our squad, because for me, I would replace Granit Xhaka with Marcel Sabitzer. I would put Marcel Sabitzer ahead of any other player in that Arsenal midfield apart from Thomas Partey. So that is how brilliant and that is how big I rate Marcel Sabitzer. I'll get your thoughts on Marcel Sabitzer. I would love to hear your thoughts on Marcel Sabitzer. Please do hit the like button and make sure you get involved in the comments below. Right. So, guys, apart from Manchester Sabitzer, the other player we need to first talk about is Nabil Fekir. Now, apparently, Arsenal have held informal talks with Nabil Fekir and his representatives ahead of a potential move to Arsenal. Like we have read from the Express, Arsenal are looking to get midfielders. That is confirmed. There is no question about that. We need midfield reinforcements with the likes of Mohamed El Neni's future up in the air, with the likes of Martin Odegaard and Ceballos going back. Our midfield is really empty. People don't realize this, but if they had realized this, they would realize it. If you're critical, you realize it. Apart from Thomas Partey, who I think is a little bit, overwhelmed by the work, in that Arsenal midfield. That Arsenal midfield is empty. And when Thomas Partey goes out for AFCON, in January, who are we left with in the midfield? Absolutely nobody. Roma moves to Xhaka. Xhaka moves to Roma, sorry. That was a blunder. And then Partey moves for AFCON. And then you have Guendouzi moving to Marseille. Who is left in that midfield? Who is left? Mohamed El Neni? Really? So come on. So Arsenal have apparently held informal talks with the representatives of Nabil Fekir. What I remember about this deal is Real Sociedad CEO came out and said Arsenal will have to pay very expensively, right? Arsenal will have to pay very, very expensively for the services of Nabil Fekir. He's 27 years of age. At the moment, he's French. He's been at Lyon before, and we've been linked with Nabil Fekir before. If you still remember, under the Arsene Wenger era, he was a big fan. Arsene Wenger was a big fan of Nabil Fekir. Big, massive, massively big fan of Nabil Fekir. His transfer value at the moment, according to Transfer Market, is 25 million euros. So if you look at Nabil Fekir, unfortunately, I really can't find his heat map on Transfer Market. Probably if I was on FB Ref, I would be getting his heat map. But let us try to look at some of his statistics here. In League One, he played 145 games. Right, he scored 54 goals and 34 assists. This is brilliant, really. This is quite brilliant. Right, this is really brilliant. So 145 games, 54 goals, 34 assists. That is in the that was in the French League One when he was still playing with Lyon. In the La Liga, where he's played 65 games in La Liga. Right, he scored 12 goals and 13 assists in 65 appearances. That means in his 145 appearances for Lyon, he actually got actively engaged in 87 goals. That is goals plus assists. For Real Sociedad, 65 appearances, and he has got involved in around 25 goals, scoring 12 and creating 13. In the Europa League, in his career, he's played 19 games, scored 7 goals, and assisted 5 times. So what you have in Nabil Fekir, ladies and gentlemen, what you have in Nabil Fekir is the perfect goal-scoring midfielder, the perfect left winger, the perfect right winger. So Nabil Fekir is not, and I also used to mistake him for this. I really used to mistake him for this. But Fekir is now, I've now confirmed, Fekir is a number 10. Because if you look at his statistics, if you look at his figures, I'm blown away. You're just blown away. This guy is so good at creating chances. This guy is so good at scoring goals. For me, a midfielder that has scored 54 goals in 145 appearances, there is no point for objection. No point, absolutely no point for objection. I'll take him. He's 27 years of age at the moment. I think that is an age where a player is in his prime. I mean, we signed Partey at 27, so I don't want anybody to say he's not young, he's old. No, he's not old. 27 years of age, he's still playing football for the next 5-6 years, right? So I'll take him. Transfer value is around 25 million pounds. I think Real Sociedad would want to negotiate at around 30 million euros, and I think Arsenal will pay that. The problem now we have as Arsenal is we do not really have so many options in terms of attacking midfield. Maddison is a good player, good deal, but overly expensive. It's overly priced. So if Arsenal decided to go for Nabil Fekir, at the end of the day, I wouldn't blame anyone. And listen to this. In 2018, when Nabil Fekir was close to making a Liverpool move, and that is what I think that was the time when Arsenal were also really, really much interested in him. His market value, right? His market value was 70 million euros. So you can see the player is a good one. Very, very good player. He operates on the left. It's Real Betis, not Real Sociedad. He plays for Real Betis, not Real Sociedad. And he operates on the left foot. So I think, honestly, if Arsenal really want to go for Nabil Fekir, it's a good deal. At the end, it's a good deal. Thanks, everybody. We have smashed 30 likes. Thanks, everybody. That really means a lot. Let us get them to 40 likes, guys. Let us 10 more likes. Let us get them to 40 likes. 10 more likes. Really. 10 more likes. Let us get them to, let us get them to 40 likes. So, Marshall Sabitzer, around 15 million pounds, and Nabil Fekir around 30 million euros, which is around 25 million pounds. That is around 40 million pounds. Arsenal could get the perfect midfield duo at just 40 million pounds. What a bargain! What a bargain. But we still wait to see what happens. And in terms of midfield, Arsenal have got another. Well, I've seen many people say it's a big boost. This is a massive boost. Well, I don't think it's a massive boost, but there's an update around Locatelli. And what is happening at the moment is Juventus are struggling to meet Arsenal's valuation of the player and Sassuolo's valuation of the player. The player wants to go to Juve. Juve want the player. Sassuolo want to. I don't know whether that's the name, but Sassuolo want to sell to Juve. There's so many points of consensus in this. Though, let me just sip, a glass of water. My throat's a little bit itchy. Thank you so much. So, what I want in Manuel Locatelli is for him to accept that he is dropped the interest in Juve, and it's gonna be a done deal. Honestly, it's gonna be a done deal. I think why Sassuolo are trying so much to find a consensus and an agreement between them and Juventus, because the player wants to leave Juventus, but he also wants to leave Sassuolo, but he also wants to join Juventus. That's why Sassuolo is trying as much as possible to convince Juventus to pay the demands. However, Arsenal is already ready. It's already ready. I hope it makes sense to meet the valuation of. Sorry for that. To meet the valuation of Sassuolo for the player, and what Juventus are at the moment. First and foremost, they don't want to pay the whole 40 million euros in money. They want to include a player in that deal. So Sassuolo is saying no, we don't want that. Arsenal is already giving us 40 million euros, right? Arsenal is already giving us 40 million euros. We don't want your player plus cash deal. Cough up the money, Juventus. That's what they're saying. And according to inside sources, this deal between Juventus and Sassuolo could actually collapse. It's good news for Arsenal. There's no question about that. There's no question about that. It's good news for Arsenal. Very, very good news for Arsenal. Because if Juventus fail eventually to cough up the money for Manuel Locatelli, then we come in. Right, so we are all the sources are saying we are watching the situation very closely. In hiding. I don't know whether I should say in hiding, but kind of in hiding. We are watching the situation very, very, very closely. If Juventus fail to pay the money, then Arsenal will move up very fast to sign the player. But I'm not really too optimistic. I'm not very, very optimistic. And I said it in the morning that I'm not really so optimistic that Arsenal will actually sign Manuel Locatelli. But with transfers, watch the space closely. So the two, I think the two latest links is Nabil Fekir, who is not new on the Arsenal radar, and Sabitzer, who we have been linked with since January. And then the links have disappeared, but now they're back. So what do you think about Manuel Locatelli and Juventus? Do you think Juve will pay the money? In my opinion, I think what Juve are trying to do is they want to step on Sassuolo, because they know everything is in their favor. Because look, Juventus, they have Federico Chiesa. If they know if they get Manuel Locatelli, their midfield is complete. They have a complete midfield, and they know what it means to sign a player like Manuel at only 40 million euros, right? But the only thing I understand they want to do, they want to step on Sassuolo. And what Sassuolo are doing is, however much Fabrizio has said, these guys are good guys, they are the good guys. Because for me, you are the good guys because you're subscribing to my channel. You're the good guys because you sit here and then you listen to all the crap Arsenal put out, and we believe it, and at times it's not even true. So so Fabrizio says Sassuolo are the good guys, but what they are doing really is they're trying to create a couple of smoke screens at the moment. Yeah, they're trying to create a couple of smoke screens at the moment, using Arsenal's name to drive Juventus to pay the money. Where will that end? I'm not really sure. But I'm very, very certain that deal will be closed as well. So I think the last two players we have to talk about are outgoings, and that is William Saliba and Matteo Guendouzi. Now, yesterday, before we get into it, please do smash the like button. Thanks everybody. We've reached 40. We've reached 40 likes. Really means a lot. Let us get them to 50. 10 more likes. Just 10 more likes. 10 more likes. 10 more likes, guys. 10 more likes to get them to 50. Thank you so much. It really means a lot. It really, really means a lot. Let's get them to 50 likes. 50 likes. 10 more likes. Thanks so much. You guys are the good guys. If you're a good guy on this channel, please give me more 10 likes, right? More 10 likes. And if you're a bad guy, let me know why you are a bad guy in the comment section. So let us talk about William Saliba, guys, and Matteo Guendouzi, because it's a little bit thrilling. Yeah, it's a little bit thrilling. In my opinion, I thought Saliba, honestly, I was naive. I was so naive to an extent that I thought Mikel Arteta is now in humble terms with Saliba and is going to give him a chance. That is what The Athletic reported. That is what Football.London reported. That is what so many outlets reported. And we believed them, honestly. We believed them. I believed them. I thought Arsenal were gonna give William Saliba a fighting chance. It never happened. It really never happened. Right? It never happened. We were never gonna give William Saliba a chance. And we didn't give it to him. I'm so disgusted. I'm so embarrassed. So news came out yesterday, and this was according to The Athletic, and they said William Saliba has chosen Olympique Marseille as his destination for a season-long loan. Let that sink in, guys. Let it sink in, because our club really does a lot of crap. Really does a lot of crap. We do a lot of silly crap. So with the William Saliba deal, let us first try to understand where this is coming from and where it is going. We have reached 50 likes. Thanks so much, guys. If you could only reward me with more 10 likes to get to 60, it will really mean a lot. If you only reward me with more 10 likes to get 60, it will really mean a lot. So with William Saliba, let us try to start from where it starts. Saliba signs for Arsenal 2 years ago, right? And he stays with Saint Etienne on a season-long loan. And the explanation behind that was the player was still young, he needed more game time, and things like that. We signed him for a 27 million fee. 27 million transfer fee. How many players have signed for Arsenal for 27 million pounds? How many? So that, for me, that only shows you the potential of the player and how good the scout was. Because honestly, there were so many clubs interested in signing William Saliba, and even at the moment, there's so many clubs that are interested in taking William Saliba. Right. So the Athletic reported yesterday that the player has actually agreed and chosen Olympique Marseille as his final destination of a season-long loan this season. That means Saliba is not part of Arsenal plans this season. He could be part of us in the preseason, or probably he could actually go out and enjoy his preseason with Olympique Marseille, and there is nothing we can do about it. So Saliba going out on a third successive loan deal, there is no way it makes sense for me. Absolutely, there is no way that one makes any sense for me. I've seen so many. I've seen so many players go out on loan. I've seen so many, ridiculous decisions and things I don't understand at Arsenal. We have the Reece Nelson thing. Apparently Arsenal struggling to keep him. There's so many. There's a lot. We've been selling our best talent. We've been, leaving players to go. We've been canceling their contracts. We have had the worst transfer policy in terms of outgoings and keeping our players. But when it comes to William Saliba, I don't understand it. I don't get it. Is it Mikel Arteta? Because a young player like William Saliba with a lot of potential, all you've got to do is give him a try. Give him a fair try. Why is Mikel Arteta? Why is Saliba treated this way? Why don't we give him a try? How can you sign a player for on a contract of 5 years and loan him out for 3 consecutive seasons? What does it mean? I mean, it's like, did we just spoil money? Because as far as I know, if Arsenal is gonna sell Saliba, it's gonna be less than 25 million pounds. That is our negotiating power. Saliba, 20 years of age, a player that could be around this football club for 10 years. Because for defenders, as they get, the older they get, the better. They're just like wine. They're just like goalkeepers. So I don't understand really why Saliba has been treated in this situation. Because the excuses, and I'm so glad that I recall the excuses Mikel Arteta gave us at the beginning of the season were that Saliba is actually not ready. And he said that there were a couple of circumstances around the past loan spell he had spent at Saint Etienne had a couple of injuries, so he needed to go out on loan and get more game time. Right, and he also said, of course, there were circumstances that the player has not yet learned the language and learned how to cope up. Has not yet learned how to cope up with in London, with life in London, losing his mother on a switch and things like that. The player says he is ready. The manager says he is not ready. Who do we believe? And why? Where are we at the moment, guys? Because for me, I don't get it. It's honest. I don't get it. We've got to 60 likes. Wow, this is wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Thanks, everybody. Someone give me 9 more likes. Just 9 more likes. We could make it 70. We are 61. We could make it 70, guys. We could make it 70. Let us move it to 70. Let us move it to 70. Thanks, the lads. So, beautiful people, I don't understand William Saliba's situation. Honestly, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't tell why Arsenal has treated this player in that absolutely disgusting manner. It's absolutely disgusting. And of course, that leads us to we can't talk about William Saliba going out to Olympique Marseille on loan, which eventually I think Arsenal will eventually sell him. But the Athletic obviously claim that he's still part of the long-term project at Arsenal, and they say Arteta, Edu, look at him as a very important player in the future. Well, is it true? I'm not really sure about that because they have frustrated him to the bone marrow. The player must be absolutely disgusted. So obviously with the coming of Ben White, which I think will be confirmed after the Euros. So with the coming of Ben White, then because Ben White for me is gonna be a starter. He straight away moves into that Arsenal 11, into that Arsenal backline. So what Arsenal are trying to do at the moment is to create some space for Ben White, and we do not have a problem with that. Nobody has a problem with that. If you want to create chances, if you want to create opportunities for Ben White, because he's coming in and is a 55 million pound deal, he cannot sit on the bench. We agree. But why is it Saliba? Why not Roboldi? Because for me, I believe Saliba could be a very, very good player in terms of backing up Ben White more than Roboldi. Why not Roboldi move on and then keep William Saliba? Probably Arsenal do have the answers to that as well. Now, lastly, Matteo Guendouzi, a deal has been agreed between Marseille and Arsenal for Matteo Guendouzi. He's gonna go to Marseille for a season-long loan, and Marseille will pay us 1 million euros as a loan fee. After his loan spell, Olympique Marseille will pay Arsenal another 11 million euros for Matteo Guendouzi. Wow. I mean, it's a little bit confusing how Arsenal do their business. Really, really confusing. Really, really confusing. All I can say for me is this is this is a massive signing for Marseille and an absolute bargain. This is what Charles Watts has written around Matteo Guendouzi, the Matteo Guendouzi situation on goal.com. So if you love to read pieces from Charles Watts, please follow him on Twitter and make sure you always read goal.com because he's one of my best journalists. So he says Guendouzi closes in on Marseille move as Saliba prepares to join him in France. Right. And he says the Ghana's duo have fallen out of favor under Mikel Arteta and are expected to head to League One for the 2021-2022 campaign. Matteo Guendouzi is closing on a move to Olympique Marseille, with William Saliba expected to follow him to the Stade Velodrome. Arsenal have been locked in talks with the League One outfit for several weeks over a deal for Matteo Guendouzi, who has not played for the Ghana since June 2020. An agreement has now been reached for the 22-year-old, with Marseille hopeful of finalizing the deal within the next week. How much will Arsenal receive for Matteo Guendouzi? He says Guendouzi will initially join Marseille on a loan for the 2021-2022 season, but the deal includes an obligation to buy next summer. In all, Arsenal will receive around £10 million, which is around 14 million US dollars for the France under-21 international. Marseille will pay a loan fee of around 850k for the coming season, and then around £9 million, which is around $12 million, to turn the move permanent in the summer of 2022. Will Arsenal replace Guendouzi? And Charles White says the Gunners are hopeful of swiftly wrapping up a move for Anderlecht midfielder Albert Sambi-Lokonga. They have also agreed an €8 million deal with Benfica left back Nuno Tavares, who flew to London on Friday to complete his move to the Emirates. With that finalized, Arsenal will then press forward with their pursuit for 21-year-old Lokonga, who is expected to join on a fee around £18 million. What is the latest on Saliba? We've looked at that. We've spoken about that. So a wonderful piece at from goal.com. It's been written by Charles White, and he's one of my best journalists. So I've got to give him the credit. He's a very, very good one. In that regard. So guys, Saliba leaving the club. What is your reaction? Because for me, Saliba was I mean, let me try first look for Guendouzi. Let me first look for Guendouzi on the transfer market, because I really need to, right? I really need to. We need to look at these players' valuation and see how Arsenal got around this deal. What is the market value of Matteo Guendouzi, and how has his market value been evolving over the years? So according to Transfer Market, to the Transfer Market website, Guendouzi, who apparently is 22 years of age at the moment, right, is valued at around 20 million euros. And this was last updated in June 2021. Right? The player's valuation this summer has been 20 million euros, and Arsenal have accepted, right, to get less than 11 million pounds. Less than 11 million pounds. Disgusting, right? Disgusting. Now, listen to this. Listen to this. In the summer of 2019, this young lad, that is 2 years ago, Guendouzi was 20 years of age. This young man's market value was 50 million euros. 50 million euros. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Yeah, I really don't get it. 2019, 50 million euros. That was his market value. And he signed for Arsenal in 2018. It's now 2021. There have never been anything like Arsenal are in talks with Matteo Guendouzi to extend his contract. Right now, with only 1 year left on his contract, I think this is the reason as to why Arsenal have accepted that small fee, because his contract is running down in the next summer. Now, 2019, 2020, 2 years later, the player is sold at less than 11 million pounds. In 2019, his valuation was at 50 million euros. Embarrassing. Really, really embarrassing from Arsenal. So what a talent we have lost. In Matteo Guendouzi, I think it's been one of those very, very young players with a lot of potential. My only problem with him, and I've said it always, when I have a problem with a player, especially a national player, I say it. My problem with Matteo Guendouzi was with his strength as a midfielder. If you're gonna play as a central midfielder, you need to be very quick or very strong. He's not so quick. He's not very strong. That is my problem with him, right? But as central midfielder, I think he has the intelligence. I think he's got the skill set. I think he's got the consistency to play in that area. Arsenal, is it the right decision to sell Matteo Guendouzi in this summer? Wait and see. So guys, that is the update from Cossy right about today. That is all I had prepared for you in this evening. And if you really feel like I had prepared something good for you, please add me more likes. Really add me more likes. And let's get to 100 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. But first, give me 9 more likes. Reward me with 9 more likes. Let's get them to 80, right? Guys, let's get them to 80 likes. It really means a lot. So right about now, need to look at some of your comments. Yeah, need to look at some of your comments at the moment. Because there is a guy called Rodrigo Di Paul, can be a central midfielder, and Lazio guy called Correa for a number 10. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. It really means a lot. Hit the like button. Let's get them to 80 likes. 80 likes. Give me 9 more likes, people. 9 more likes. 9 more people to give me 9 likes. So with Rodrigo Di Paul, Geoffrey, he is 90% going to join Atletico Madrid. But Arsenal have been linked with the player as well. Yeah, we've been linked with the player, Rodrigo Di Paul. He's been playing with Udinese in Italy. Yeah, he's been playing with the Udinese in Italy. We've been linked with him, but finally he's gonna go to Atletico Madrid. That is confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. It is confirmed. He's gonna be an Atletico Madrid player. With Joaquim Correa, I would agree with you. Joaquim Correa, he's also been linked with Arsenal as well, but it looks like Arsenal is not actually going for him. But Joaquim Correa is a very good player. Very good player. Nice thoughts, bro. Nice thoughts. We should put you as a scout. We should recruit you as a scout. You're better than these men at Arsenal. Joaquim Correa from from Lazio, number 10. Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. About Guendouzi and Saliba issue, Mikel do not like French players, and he shows it. He isn't a right manager. I mean, with French players or not French players, I may not say anything about that. But my problem with Mikel Arteta is the way he handles young talent. He's absolutely bogus. Absolutely bogus. Because these are young players. Are you fighting with them? Is he fighting with them? I mean, what has Matteo Guendouzi done so wrong that you do not want to keep him and you want to keep Joe Willock? What has Willock done so right? What has William Saliba done so wrong that you do not want to give him a chance? What have they done so wrong? It's my question. And I don't get it. I just don't really get it. Thank you so much, Geoffrey, bro. And it says you can't sell Guendouzi while Xhaka, Torreira, Ceballos are living on loan. And loan Saliba while holding is getting new contract. You see, he learned a versatile now's when he didn't have a backup. I mean, that was one of the ridiculous decisions Arsenal have ever made, and I was disgusted. Learning out Ainsley Maitland-Niles, right? The most versatile player who can play for you as left back and right back. That was ridiculous, really ridiculous. I still remember in January, I was looking at my screen, with that news, and I was like, really, same old Arsenal. Jeffrey says, Cossy, I'm dying of Mikel. He's killing our young talents. Reece Nelson, Guendouzi, Martinelli, Saliba, and failed to manage Martinez's situation as well. Honestly, I don't see Mikel as a long-term manager. Hope I'm proven wrong. But I don't see him as a long-term manager at Arsenal. Let us watch this space. Now that says, good evening, Cossy. I think Mikel Arteta should give Saliba a little chance to see how he will perform. There is no room now for a chance. The players, has already, chosen to go to Olympique Marseille, and that is how ridiculous, this Arsenal team is. Now that says, Cossy, what about James Maddison? They're a little bit quiet. It's a little bit quiet, and the reason as to why it's quiet is Arsenal have been working on other deals, the Saliba, the Guendouzi, the Samuel Lokonga deals, the Nuno Tavares deals. So it's been a little bit quiet, but probably next week we will see what happens with Arsenal and an attacking midfielder. Thank you so much, Nolda, for watching. Please do smash like button. We're at 74 likes. We're at 70 likes. That is really, really small. Let us get them to 90 likes, guys. 90 likes. So 90 likes, guys. Let us try to get them there. Let us try to get them there. 74 likes. They're very, very. That's very little, guys. Very little. I think Mikel Arteta does not know what he's doing. How can he sell the young talented players? I mean, look. A week ago, 90 Min said Arsenal wants to bring in young players to develop them into players that can actually have a big resale value. And all of us were like, nice project. Now, if you let William Saliba go now at the moment, if you learn him out, it doesn't make sense. You're signing in the Lokongas and letting the Guendouzis go. It doesn't make sense, really. It doesn't make. It's like moving one step forward and then 10 steps back. Really doesn't make a lot of sense for me. I didn't support Arsenal for selling Matteo Guendouzi. This is Nalda. I didn't support them. I didn't support them as well. And says, Cossy, what about Lille midfielder Renato Sanchez though? There is no. Apparently, Arsenal have just said, please keep us posted. Keep us updated with what happens with Renato Sanchez. So there is nothing like a formal bid or talks or negotiations. There is nothing like that. And probably in the next week we could see Arsenal go seriously go in for a central midfielder. At the moment, there is nothing with Renato Sanchez. It's just admiration from Arsenal at the moment. Cossy, how many classy top players Arsenal want to sign this summer? All I can say is we want a top centre back. We want a top centre back. We want a top central midfielder and a top attacking midfielder. So I think in terms of bringing in top players, they could be three. We could bring in three top players, and that is an attacking midfielder, a goal-scoring midfielder, a central midfielder to replace Granit Xhaka, and a centre back, a top-class centre back, as far as I'm informed as well. In terms of a right back, it doesn't really seem like Arsenal is bothered. It doesn't seem like Arsenal is bothered, and we could be going out for a surprise element. But I think it is three top-class players, and then the others will be young players with the ability to develop into, resell materials. Right. I'm sorry for Arsenal to leave two young players. We will miss you guys. This is according to Patrick. I will miss Matteo Guendouzi. I'll miss Matteo Guendouzi, and I will miss Saliba as well. I would have wanted a chance for these guys. Give them a fair try, right? Give them a fair try. Right. Okay. Gaddafi says, let Arsenal sign the Belgian star, number 25, just number 25. That is Doku. You're speaking about Doku. He had what a game he had against Italy. That guy is absolutely over the moon. And he plays with Lille. Apparently, I don't know if Football London did get their facts right, but let me try to look at his valuation on the transfer market. It's called Jeremy Doku, right? That guy is sensational. It's so good. So good. So let me try to see, let me try to look at his market value on the transfer market website and see. So his market value, apparently, Jeremy Doku, let me try to see exactly. So his contract expires in 2025. He still has a long contract. Yeah, he still has a long contract with Lille. He still has no current club is Stade Rennais. He plays with Rennais, not Lille. Sorry for that. So his contract runs down in 2025. He still has a long way to go. And his current market value is 22 million euros. Yeah, 22 million euros. He's a right winger. And look, I don't think Arsenal will go in for a winger. But I would be absolutely happy if we went in for Jeremy Doku. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful suggestion, right? Really, really wonderful suggestion. Junior says, Cossy, big up Junior in the chat. How you doing, bro? And then Jade says, rumors are that the game tonight is being postponed. One of Ukraine players has COVID. The left back. I've not seen that. I've not seen that. Apparently, I'm off Twitter, and I really always get my my updates on Twitter. So let me verify that. Is the England game being postponed? I didn't know about that. Sorry, guys. Well, look. I mean, they're just destroying my night. Please don't. Please don't postpone it. Come on, England. It doesn't. It doesn't look like it's being postponed. Yeah. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't look like it's being. No, it's not. It's not being postponed. The player could have COVID. Yeah. The player could have COVID, and but it's not being. The game is not being postponed. Oh, yeah. The player is not being. The game is not being postponed. So I think, yeah, there could be a problem. There could be a problem with. There could be a problem with one of the players, but the game still stands. That is as far as I look at Twitter here. Let me try to look at the Common England link. No, the game is not being postponed. The game is not being postponed. So England, Ukraine is England. Is it Ukraine? Yes. England, Ukraine. It's on. It's on. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch it. So it's not being postponed, guys. No. The rumors are not right. The rumors are not right. You know, don't really postpone it. I would love to see England play today. Cossy, good evening. Tell me more about Ben White to Arsenal and others. Nice time. This is Moses. Ben White. That one is it should be. I mean, I want to call it a done deal. We have an agreement with Brighton. I think as soon as the player comes out of the Euros, it's gonna be a done deal. We have to buy a defender, and I think that is Ben White. I think we needed 3 defenders in this summer. One is a backup left back, a right back, and a centre back. So I think Arsenal was spot on. Julia says, "What? Which age?" Really, I'm really trying to. Now I'm really trying to find. Junior, can you please, relate again for me this comment? I'm not really picking up on that. Bissouma is great. Is greater than those. This according to Simpson. Simpson, I think what Arsenal want in a central midfielder is so far away from what Bissouma can offer. Honestly, we need Saliba. Saliba's effort. This is according to Peterson. How are you doing, my boy Peterson? How are you doing, my boy Peterson? I hope you're doing well. Where did the rumors about Neves go? Eventually, actually, Arsenal is not serious. Ruben Neves, and all the rumors around him have disappeared. Arsenal never made a bid. Arsenal never made any official move for Ruben Neves. Not even. At a slight time. Tell us about right back, which we are linked with from Ajax. Actually, at the moment, Arsenal is not anymore linked with any right back. We've been linked. I think the last 2 players we've been linked with is the right back. Sorry for that. Is the right back at Rangers. I've seen that. We have also been linked with Denzel Dumfries. I think that's. I hope I got it right. Right, Denzel Dumfries. But apart from that, all the others have gone really silent. I've been linked with the one at Ajax. Been linked with the one at Lille. We've been linked with the one at Norwich City, who is Max Aarons. We've been linked with the one at Brighton, who is Tariq Lamptey. But all of them have just gone silent. So I hope it's not a disappointment, but that is the truth at the moment. I did not agree with Arsenal for selling Saliba. This is according to Sacy. They're not selling Saliba. They're putting him out on loan. And there is no obligation to buy, Sacy. How are you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Mina says, Calvin says, how is Renato Sanchez updated now? I missed that guy to come to our team. Nothing. we have nothing at the moment with Renato Sanchez. I'm happy with Arsenal because they are inquiring the services of every player, but they will end up assigning no one. Hey, these are going to benefits. Wow, I really like the way you said hey, right? Right, trying to take a couple of comments around. It says, "Cause you're my favorite, bro." Thank you so much, Geoffrey. Thank you so much. I really love that. We know, when people make you a favorite, you're growing, and your confidence grows as well. What is the future of Alexander Lacazette? Lacazette is gonna stay at the club probably. If the problem with the other Alexander Lacazette deal is no one wants to meet the prices in terms of his wages. No one wants to meet his wages, actually, wage demands. And that is the problem. So if no one is going to pay his wage demands, then he will be staying at Arsenal. Guys, we are at 85 likes. We are at 85 likes. Thanks, everybody. Wow, this is amazing. 5 more likes, guys, to 90. 5 more likes. 5 more likes to 90. Please and please, give me those 5 more likes. Give me those 5 more likes. Let's make them 90. Let's make them 90, right? I'm still wondering why Arteta he didn't give Saliba a chance. It's unbelievable. This is Godfrey Kamwine, and I think honestly, let's say it. When it comes to man management, Mikel Arteta has failed with William Saliba. Let us spit it out. Great to get you. This is Kamara. Thank you so much, Kamara. Great to have you on as well. 5 more likes, people. Thank you so much. Let Arteta give Matteo Guendouzi a chance. He is wasting that guy. A deal has been agreed, to Marseille, so it's not going to be irreversible. What is the future of Laka? I've spoken about that as well. What about Locatelli? Is Arsenal going for him? Oh, now Arsenal are going all out for Manuel Locatelli, right? Arsenal are going all out for Manuel Locatelli, but we still have to listen in very, very carefully and try to see what comes out of the negotiation rooms between Sassuolo and Juventus. So, guys, 5 more likes to 90. 5 more likes to 90 likes. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's really, really strong. It's really disgusting for Mikel Arteta to spend more value on a centre back while we have an option for Saliba for the next season. While other areas like right wing, attacking midfield, our priorities, they just changed. They just changed. I didn't get it. Doku plays with Rene. Yes, thank you so much. Godfrey. He plays with Rene, not Lille. He plays with Rene. I always interchange those names. Was Arteta given some money to spend? I think he was given some money to spend. Yeah, I think he was given the money to spend. Right. So, Cossy, is there any update with the Smith Rowe deal? With the Smith Rowe deal, what you have to know is Smith Rowe is out on holiday. The moment the moment he comes back, he will sign a new contract. So be very, very calm. I think Aston Villa is causing all this kind of unrest at the moment, but be very, very calm. The player will sign a new contract. Think our problem is a playmaker, and that is number 10. And I think Arsenal is trying to work on that. Arsenal is trying to work on that. The problem is we have not found an agreement on any player. That is the problem. Ugandan big up guy, big up Garethim, big up from UG. Are you live, Cossy? Yes, I'm live and I'm reading your comments. I'm live and I'm reading your comments as Swahili TV. I'm live and I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments live, right? Any good news about the goalkeeper? Leno has apparently been offered a new contract. Andre Onana will go to Inter Milan. Arsenal will make a bid for Aaron Ramsdale as soon as the Euros end. And Arthur Okonkwo will be our third choice goalkeeper. He's signing a new contract. He's an academic goalkeeper. That is what we have around the goalkeeping situation. Now, you've been a very, very good audience, guys. And I always love to speak to you for hours and hours and hours and hours. I need to go wash up and prepare for that England game because it's going to be massive. I think England will go through, but the Ukraine team might surprise us, right? I think England will go through. Uh, get me? I think England will go through, but don't be so shocked if Ukraine actually shocks us. My name is Cossy. Please do smash on the like. Do smash a like on the video before you leave, guys. Before we leave, let us use this time to smash the like button. I'll take this comment. I'll take this comment. The last one. Kamavinga update. What happened to it? And where did it go? Good. I'm now watching England game. I'm now watching England game now. So guys, I also have to go and watch the England game. With Kamavinga, Fabrizio says that one is a very difficult deal. Very difficult to do. Rene is actually asking for more than 60 million pounds. It's expensive, so expensive. I think Arsenal are afraid, and they did pull out of it. So, guys, 10 more likes, guys. 10 more likes as we sign out. 10 more likes. 10 more likes as we sign out, guys. Just give me more 10 likes. 10 more likes as we sign out, and I'll be very, very, very happy. So, thank you so much. You've been a wonderful audience. I'll speak to you in the next one.